The topic we are going to discuss is fundamental forces in nature. There are basically four fundamental forces in nature. Four fundamental forces in nature. First is gravitational force, second is weak nuclear force, third is electromagnetic force, and fourth is strong nuclear force. Now, for the forces to exist in this nature, there is always exchange of a virtual particle. Exchange of a virtual or some particle. Means if in two bodies force exists, means they are exchanging some information or some particle among themselves. Basically, the forces are of either conservative nature or non-conservative nature. Meaning of conservative is that it depends upon only the initial and final position. Depend upon only an initial and final position and independent of path followed. Where conservative forces are, non-conservative forces are depends upon path followed but independent of initial and final position. Means they depend upon what type of path is followed, not depend upon what is initial or the final position. Thus, from this, we can say that for conservative forces, work done along a closed path is always zero. Why so? If particles start from point A, rotate around a circular path and again come back to point A. So means initial position is A, final position is A. So initial and final both coincide. So net work done is 0 for the conservative forces. But if we say for the non-conservative forces, then work done along a closed path that is not equals to 0. That is not equals to 0 because it doesn't depend upon initial and the final position. And also forces can be central or non-central. What it's mean? If we have two bodies, say body A and body B. This is the center of body A, this is the center of body B. If a line join the center of two bodies, this is the line joining the center of two bodies. If force acting between these two bodies either act along inward or outward along this line which is passing through the center of the bodies is called central force. Means force acting along the line joining the center of two bodies is called central forces. Non-central forces, bodies for bodies which are connected through their center or not, but force do not act along the line joining their center. Here force do not act along the line joining the center of two bodies. So what we can say that for central forces always act along a line joining the center of two bodies, but non-central forces do not act along line joining the center of two bodies. So first, if we discuss about the gravitational force, so we are going to discuss first about gravitational force. You have to just make notes for this topic of definition and the characteristic properties or silent feature of these forces. For notes, you have to just jot out points of definition of each force and also silent feature of each force. So first of all, gravitation force. The gravitation force is the mutual attraction between any two bodies by virtue of their masses. What it means? Suppose we have two bodies, body A having mass m1, body B having mass m2. This is a line joining the center of two bodies. As these both bodies have some mass, due to this mass there a force exists between these two bodies. That force is called gravitational force. According to Newton's law of gravitation, force between these two masses is directly proportional to the product of masses and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. Means body A and body B, if they are separated by a distance of r, say r is the distance between body A and B, so F is inversely proportional to r. So from equation 1 and 2 we get F is directly proportional to m1 m2 by r square. So what we get? F. So for this proportionality, if we want to replace it with the sign of equals to, then we have to add a constant over here. Always we need to add a constant if we replace proportionality sign with the equal to sign. So this is m1 m2 by r square. Here constant is g, where g is universal gravitational constant So F is equals to G m1 m2 by r square. Force unit is Newton. For mass the unit is kg into kg. For distance unit is meter square. So we get G is equals to F r square upon m1 into m2. So for force we have unit Newton, for distance it is meter square, for masses it is kg square. So the unit of G is Newton meter square per kg square, and its value 6.64 10 raised to power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. So from the Newton's law of gravitation, force of gravitation between two bodies is equals to G m1 m2 by r square. As F is inversely proportional to square of distance, so this force is also obey inverse square law. Also obey inverse square law. So what we learn from this? That gravitation force is a mutual force of attraction between the two objects by virtue of their masses. Next, everybody in this universe attract each other due to their masses. Due to the gravitational force, Earth rotate around the Sun and Moon rotate around the Earth. From Newton's law of gravitation, force is equals to G m1 m2 by r square, where G is a universal gravitational constant. Universal gravitation, where value of G is 6.67 10 raised to power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Where this silent or important features. First, it's always attractive in nature. This force is always attractive in nature, and it doesn't depend upon size, shape, separation and intervening. Means the medium between them is either we place this system of two particles or two of masses m1 and m2 in air, water or in some other medium, the medium is not going to intervene. So if we place two masses m1 m2 separated by the distance r in air, then force on them is F. Suppose if we replace this medium, means instead of air we are going to keep this system in water, even though force between them is going to be same, that is F. So intervening medium, size, shape and separation doesn't depend, but separation, here we have to take the distance between them is considered. Distance between them we have to consider that. Whatever distance is in between them we have to consider. If distance between two bodies increases, then force decreases. If distance between two bodies decreases, then force increases. So it is applicable for both microscopic and macroscopic level. These forces are weakest in nature. These forces are weakest in nature, or these are long range forces. Means if it's acting between Earth, Sun, Earth, Moon, means you can imagine how much long range forces there are. Obey inverse square law, central forces, conservative forces, and particle of exchange between them is graviton. Particle of exchange between them is graviton. So these are the 7 silent features of gravitational force. Now next come to weak nuclear forces. Weak nuclear forces. Weak nuclear forces, these are forces of interaction between elementary particles, where elementary particles include electron, proton, neutron, mesons, baryons and so on. Number of elementary particles are included in this type of forces. So weak nuclear forces act between the particle or the elementary particle of very short lifespan, means they exist in the universe for very less time. And important feature of this force, first important feature is this is 10 into 10 is per 25 stronger than gravitational force. It is stronger than gravitational force. Second point, the particle of exchange for this is leptons, mesons and so on. So these forces act between leptons and mesons. If we just talk about the particle of exchange, that is simply pi positive, pi negative or pi not meson. Next is electromagnetic forces. Electromagnetic forces are the forces between charged particles. These are the forces between charged particles. Means if we want to discuss about electromagnetic forces, this and this, say two bodies with charge Q1 and charge Q2. As in this universe, two type of charges exist: positive charge and negative charge. Positive and negative charge. Positive and negative charge means opposite charge attract each other, where positive or negative negative, if we have two positive charges or two negative, they repel each other. So in short we can say like charges means same charges repel each other, and unlike charges attract each other. So electromagnetic are the forces that exist between the two bodies having some charge. Sometimes it's also called electrostatic or electrodynamic. Electro means charge, static means at rest. If two charges are at rest, then force exists between them is electrostatic forces. If two charges or more charges are in dynamic means motion, then study of force between them is called electrodynamic. So we can say, in all we can say it as electromagnetic forces. So electromagnetic forces, these are directly proportional to the product of charges, product of magnitude of charges, and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. Means if charge 1 Q1 and charge Q2 both are separated from each other with the distance of r, then r is the distance from equation 1 and equation 2. F is directly proportional to Q1 Q2 by r square. So if we replace proportionality sign again here, we get F is equals to K Q1 Q2 by r square, where K, this proportionality constant, has a value of 9 into 10 raised to power 9 Newton meter square per coulomb square. Coulomb is unit of charge. Coulomb is unit of charge. So other value of K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, where epsilon naught is permittivity of a medium. The value of epsilon naught is 8.85 10 raised to minus 12. So what we have learned about electromagnetic forces. Electromagnetic forces exist between charged particle. If charge is at rest, this is called electrostatic forces, and this is given by Coulomb's law, as it follows Coulomb's law, which is F is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by r square, this, where 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught or K is equals to this much value, where epsilon naught is equals to this value. Charge on an electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. Properties of this forces. First property is, or first feature is, this forces can be attractive or repulsive. Follow Coulomb's law. Obey inverse square law, because F is inversely proportional to r square. 10 raised to power 36 times stronger than gravitational force, and operate over distance but not very large, means not very long range forces. Central forces in nature. Conservative forces in nature, particle of exchange between them is photon. Rest mass of photon means m naught is equals to 0. M naught represent the rest mass, that is equals to 0. Next is strong nuclear forces. The strong nuclear forces are the forces which act inside the nucleus. As we know, an atom consists of a nucleus. At the center of atom, orbits around it, where electrons are present in different orbits. This is the nucleus at center. If we zoom out the picture of a nucleus means this is a nucleus. If we is going to describe picture inside a nucleus, we find inside the nucleus protons and neutrons are present. Number of protons and neutrons are present. Protons and neutrons are present. Together they are called nucleons. Together they are called nucleons. Where protons are having positive charge, where neutrons are neutral in nature, these are neutral in nature. Now, nuclear force is responsible for formation of nucleus. It means it's the force which actually binding proton and neutrons together and resulting in formation of nucleus. This is the short range force. This is attractive up to certain extent if this distance between proton, neutron or neutron goes on decreasing below less than this, become less than this, then this force changes into repulsive force. This force changes into repulsive force. This force is the strongest force in nature than the other three forces. So, nuclear force is first feature, very strong in nature rather than other forces. 10 is for 38 times stronger than gravitational force, 10 is for 2 times stronger than electrostatic force, 10 is for 13 times stronger than weak forces. Short range forces do not depend upon the charge on nucleon, do not obey inverse Gauss law. Basically attractive, but if distance is less than 0.8 Fermi nuclear forces become repulsive. Non-central in nature, non-conservative, and particle of exchanges pi meso. So this is actually this represents the relative strength between four basic nature of forces, that is gravitational, weak, electrostatic or electromagnetic, and nuclear forces. This is all overview of this.